The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for Living a Primal Lifestyle with your host, Nico de Haan. And now, here's Nico de Haan.
Hi folks, Nico de Haan here with another episode of Living a Primal Lifestyle. It's Friday, August 10th, 2012, and it's time to talk about your health, fitness, and diet. My call-in number is 877-927-6648 if you'd like to join the show. Our international number is 727-445-1044. Please subscribe to my newsletter, Health Signals. Issue 15 is out right now, and by signing up, you get 2 issues each month for only $10 a month. And you receive those on the first and third Friday of each and every month. Get it free for 30 days, folks, and then you can cancel it anytime you want. If you want information about the primal diet, how to remain healthy and fit, this newsletter is what you need. My email address is nico@tfnn.com if you have any questions or comments. Hope everybody's feeling great in the chat room, streaming live on the internet, on Tiger TV, and on the radio. It's about 88 degrees, sunny, have some showers this afternoon in Clearwater, Florida. It's a beautiful day. My special guest in the studio today is Paige Clarke. Paige is a natural medicine practitioner and educator. She is the owner of Ascentia Holistics in Bel Air Bluffs, Florida. As a whole health educator, consultant, and energy practitioner, and intuitive, Paige assists clients in unleashing the amazing healing power of their whole being and to tune in to this wisdom. She provides abundant resources and effective counseling for those who are ready and committed to make positive strides in their lives. What follows is freedom to enjoy the rich rewards of having increased health, wealth, and empowering relationships in all aspects of their lives. You can call Paige at 727-614-9777 or email her at paige@live.com. Welcome to the program, Paige.
Thank you, Nico. I am so happy to be here today.
Yeah, we've got to tell the people how we met, because I think this is really interesting. Mm-hmm. And I saw Paige first on Facebook.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. This is the 20th century, or 21st century it is. And I was watching her little blogs about health and things like that. And then one day she posted on there that she was opening her new business, Ascentia Holistics. And then you contacted me first.
I did. I said, hey, I think we like the same things, and we're doing the same things, and have a similar message. And I said, let's get together. And here we are.
Yeah, here we are right now. Yeah, this was just a couple of weeks ago, folks, and then we had a little conversation together. I went over and saw her place. She came over and saw my place. In fact, we talked about exercise with your son, which was really cool. And then she got an interest in jiu-jitsu because I think your son, Austin, was very interested in that.
And there he goes. And he's starting.
He's part of the dojo now, so that's very cool. Yeah. And he's loving it, right?
Absolutely loving it. Exhausted, goes right to bed when he comes home.
Yeah, well, that's the great thing about the kids. Now they're not watching TV afterwards or doing any of those silly games that they do, which some of them aren't bad, but I think it's really, getting the energy out of them so that they don't waste it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree.
In fact, my dad always says, I'm going to keep you busy because I don't want you to come up with stuff on your own because I know you're going to get in trouble. Because that's what kids do. They test the edge.
Absolutely.
Always. And the parents are there to kind of just, hey, wait a minute, pull the reins back a little bit. Isn't that true?
And I think they actually enjoy it when they know that you care about them and you're trying to make sure that they have a well-rounded lifestyle. Right. I think my son does. And my daughter's the same thing. Yeah. They know it's always been about trying to introduce
So you have 2 daughters, and then you had the son.
I do. I have 2 adult
I have 2 daughters, and then I had a son also.
Oh, so see, there's a lot more.
A lot in common,
synergy.
So it's pretty great. So I want to tell the folks about what you do. Now, holistic, of course, we know what that means, but how did you actually get started in seeking out like a natural type of lifestyle for yourself and for your profession?
Yeah. As long as I can remember, I was always interested and fascinated with natural health. I mean, early, when I was in college, I thought I wanted to follow a medical career. I have a family that's pretty much has a medical background. But when it really got down to it, I realized I was more interested in health preservation versus addressing diseases. And I actually think there's a difference.
Well, one is this addressing the symptoms, and the other is
addressing the
causes. Yes,
right.
Okay. Right.
However, life happened in a different route. When I went to college, I went more a business route, but I ended up getting into the healthcare marketing arena, and eventually, and spent some time in that field in marketing and sales for healthcare companies. Never losing my passion to learn. Always taking classes, wanting to get certified in this and that. And but I was also busy raising kids and providing roofs and houses. So some of that took time, and that's okay, because life, like wellness, is a journey. You and I have talked about that.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
So a couple years ago, I just I decided that I wanted to really put my passion to work. And I began focusing on different certifications and degree programs to complete my certifications as a natural health practitioner. I don't know that you ever finish, though. I told you I'm completing another national certification this fall. I'm going this weekend, which is one of the reasons when I opened my practice, I wanted it to be something that I could work really hard in the middle of the week, but leave my long weekends so that I could continue to go away and study and train and learn and be mentored by people that I think are making differences in people's lives, and then come back and bring it to my people, and they love it. You know, they're like, "Oh, she's going to learn this, and she's coming back."
Sure, exactly, and then you can share it with everybody. And the great thing about living in the United States is to being a small business owner.
Yes,
is something that gives you all kinds of freedom. And I think that's the feeling I get when I visit your place, is you're so excited about what's going on. You're really, truly interested in the clients that you have and the people that you touch.
I love them.
Yeah, I know. You're just making your own life the way you want to make it. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do in my own business, too. So, I'm very excited for you.
I love those C words, creating your ideal health, collaborating with people to create your best health, and that's kind of what I'm encouraging people to do.
Cool.
That's where I kind of got him out with the name Ascentia Holistics, to ascent, to take it to a higher level. Tagline is elevating health. Let's take your health to a higher level.
Very
and
cool.
It's like you and I talked about it. It's creating a team, a healing, health and healing and wellness team. And who did we say is the person to be in charge of that team?
Yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I do.
So now, when somebody contacts you, what's the first thing that happens? What do you offer them, and how do you go about finding out what they need?
Yeah. Well, the nice thing is when people first contact me, they get a free consultation.
Okay.
I want to make sure that we're on the same page. No,
Hey,
no pun,
cool.
No pun intended.
Paige, and here's a copy of her book coming out soon, folks. Just want to
Very
stand
nice.
by.
Yeah, as you know, writing a book, you have to almost set your deadlines because you're constantly adding things that you want to add. I've been
Never
writing my book
ending.
for a while, but yeah, it's kind of a culmination of the things that I'm doing and I'm offering to people. But when people do call in or come in, I like to have a free consultation to kind of go over things and see where we would go. But that's where we're different. I want to see if the people, when they come in, are ready to do the work. It's really the first step. Are you ready to do the work it takes to commit the commitment and to learn and apply what you need to do so you can create your own best health?
Yeah, and I like that because it's a commitment to themselves.
Right.
More than a commitment to you. Sure, you want that commitment to you, but it's a commitment to themselves to do the things that they need to do to get healthy, or to be healthy, or to remain healthy, or whatever that end goal might be.
Exactly. A couple of my team members, the wonderful women currently, I'm sure there'll be some men too, but women working in my office with me, we like to explain that we offer a lot of programs because we want people to make that commitment. Sometimes when you go to see a wellness counselor, or for example, a personal trainer like yourself, if someone only came one visit or two visits, they're not going to see the results. It's a journey. It's not a destination. It's a journey.
Yeah.
It's a peeling of layers. It's a creation of skills, of accomplishments that are going to give you that great result.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of different programs. For example, when someone comes in, it usually is a consultation and a discussion with me.
Yeah.
And I outline what we do. And almost everybody is just very excited because they see it's different.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of surveys and questions. I mentioned to you I say what we have is a fusion of ancient wisdom fused with quantum physics. So we've got ancient and traditional wisdom going back to, I'm talking about Ayurvedic, Chinese medicine. Traditional doctors at the turn of the century in America, who I believe were really the ones that the advances really were.
There were, yeah, and the medical association kind of pushed them aside.
Absolutely. We can probably figure out why.
Yeah.
But I study the old doctors. I love a lot of the old doctor works and apply it in my office. And then many of my mentors, one of the techniques I do is called quantum reflex analysis, QRA.
Okay, what is that?
That is a kinesiological or energy-based testing to test for energetic blockages in the body and to help us determine where your body is maybe experiencing a lack of energy.
Oh, interesting.
Well, and we've chatted about this, why do we eat food? For
That's
energy.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Food is a resource for frequency or information.
That's how we're supposed to have it.
Exactly.
And we get sidetracked because of the addictions, because of the behavioral addictions, as well as the chemical addictions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so I use quantum reflex analysis, and I use that to help pinpoint. So as I say, people love it. They come to my office, maybe they're getting a kinesiological exam, and maybe the next time they're doing a survey, and then I put the things together. I utilize energetic or informational testing devices. Some people think, oh, that's woo-woo stuff. But you know what? When you go to the doctor and you get an MRI or an EKG or an EEG.
That's biofeedback, right?
Yeah, they're energetic devices. Electrical. We are electrical, energetic beings. So I like to tell people, we're just using information just like your mainstream doctor might use to gather information about your health.
Okay.
And, I am not diagnosing or treating disease at my clinic. Probably a good idea to make that.
Yeah.
We are evaluating functional wellness and educating whole food, lifestyle, nutrition, and education. That's really what we're doing.
Okay. So what's the most common problem that people have today that come to see you?
And there is a pattern.
Yeah.
And then that's when I say, do you understand that really? Do you want to just get relief from this problem, or do you want to actually make the problem go away? Where we talked about,
right.
Are we doing symptom management, or are we actually trying to dig down to the root or peel the onion layers away?
Okay. Let's finish this after the break, so we don't get too deep into it before we get interrupted. I'd like to remind everybody to please pick up my Health Signals newsletter. We have issue 15. I've got a brand new one coming out this week. These newsletters are packed full of information that you really need to stay healthy. And if you want to, I always tell you, you have to do your own investigation. And this is where it starts. So you don't have to be flipping around the web. So do that. And, of course, you can call me at 877-927-6648. And we'll be back in just a couple of minutes with Paige Clarke and Nico de Haan. See you in a minute.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Millionaires are made every day. The fact is, living your dreams is possible. Someone, somewhere is going to get rich. My recommendation is, let that be you. Each day, someone is making the decision to better themselves and creating a plan to fulfill their financial dreams. Let that be you. The key to turning dreams into reality is to take massive action. Let that be you. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Masters Show with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN, and I can help you with your journey to great wealth. I'll show you how to create the ultimate financial edge, a set of tools, insights, and strategies that are part of my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability. You'll have direct access to me by phone, email, and my private library of trading and investing secrets for 30 days with an unconditional money-back guarantee. I'll take your trading to the next level. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage at TFNN.com and turn your dreams into reality. Mastering Probability, folks. Let that be you.
Kate Stalter's exciting newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, has just launched, and now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial. Every Wednesday afternoon, Kate sends out her weekly newsletter to her subscribers where she focuses on small cap stocks with market caps under $2 billion, as well as low-priced equities with share prices ranging from $5 to $12. Kate tracks a variety of stocks with a combination of strong technical support and solid fundamentals. Many of the stocks featured will be recent IPOs. These newer issues are often some of the biggest price gainers in the market and provide an excellent opportunity for substantial gains if timed correctly. You can catch Kate Stalter live on Tiger TV with her Small Cap Roundup every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and visit TFNN.com right now to get your 2-week free trial to her brand new newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, while locking in the low introductory monthly rate of only $37.50 per month, almost a 50% discount. Act now.
This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back to the show, folks. Hey, it's Nico and Paige Clarke, my special guest today. And Paige is, you've got a brand new place, a brand new business, holistic.
Ascentia Holistics.
Ascentia Holistic. It didn't roll off my tongue that time, but it's going to. Now, we were talking before the break about common issues, some of the most common issues that people have when they come to see you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You see a recurring pattern. Low energy, inability to lose weight, body aches and pains, lowered sex drive and performance ability. I mean, you start to see the same thing, and what we realize is that again, there are often solutions that can provide some temporary relief. But what we know in the energetic area is that oftentimes when we cover something up, your symptom is your body's ability to try and communicate with you that I'm not right. All is not well. I need some addressing in this area.
It keeps coming back, doesn't it? Kind of poking you.
Exactly, and oftentimes can manifest somewhere else more seriously.
Yeah.
So what I'm about is, would you like to find out why? And let's peel away some layers. And then we utilize a lot of our questionnaires, a lot of our systems that we use to evaluate people's health, which are sometimes hands-on. Some of them are electronic. Some of them are questions. Some of them are therapies. And then based on that, we create a blueprint, a plan, a teamwork effort to take them. I mean, I have so many things I can't hardly stand it, that I use, and of course I'm always interested in other things that we can use to help. I am licensed for an excellent software to analyze diet, and a lot of people don't understand. They hear, oh, eat this for that because this is good for that, but they also don't know the extra step that if you have this with this, these things aren't good. They irritate it.
Mm-hmm. So it's probably in a way, you're actually taking away foods instead of adding.
Oftentimes it's taking away.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great point. That's a good way to think of it.
Well, that's what I did when I started this whole primal approach, ancestral approach, when we started looking at getting myself even more healthy than I was, because I always thought I was pretty healthy.
Right.
But then when I started looking at it from that evolutionary pathway, I started taking away foods for me. And the first one, of course, were grains, but there was a lot of other foods that I eliminated too.
Isn't it amazing how much simpler your life becomes when you go more to the primal eating?
Yeah, and people think it's complicated, but it's actually simplifying things.
Absolutely.
That's the amazing part. That really is the amazing part, because it's so much easier. I mean, when I cook something now, it's just one or two things. Of course, the protein is everything kind of builds around the protein. And I make sure the good fats are in there because of where I'm getting this protein. But then the second thing that I add is usually just some carbohydrates and fibrous vegetables or something like that. But then you can get creative because they really do complement each other.
Absolutely. Can I just tell you a little quick example? Because when you said that, it perked me. I had one of my clients come in.
Okay.
And she's adorable because I can tell you that when we were discussing diet and I told her that I was picking up that grains were not good for her, that they were energetically not good. Oh, you should have seen her. She was pouting. And she was there with her daughter pouting that. And I said, I want you to look. And I showed her that they made her weak. They made her energy biofield weak. And she pouted. And I said, well, you know what? You don't have to do this forever. I just want you to just try what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so her daughter took her shopping. They came in yesterday. It's been 10 days. I mean, not even 10 days. And they were ecstatic. And her daughter was so proud of her. And she says, tell her what's going on. She goes, I slept through the night for the first time in years. So, and now she's so motivated.
It works.
Yes, she's so motivated.
And I should tell you this, my wife, and you haven't met my wife yet, but you will. She says, I'm going to give it 2 weeks. And she's always, I'm always the real high positive energy, and she's always more of a critical, analytical.
Conservative.
Yeah, conservative. Yeah. That's the nice word for it. And she said, I'll give it 2 weeks. And we've never looked back.
Yeah.
She says, oh, this is great. She says, my hands don't hurt anymore.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And, and I think I've shared with you that because I'm working with people with different opinions about their diet and everything, I give some leeway. I like to share some other sites that I think, I'm more on the primal path.
Research.
Yeah, I have certain people that just aren't going to do it, so I try and work with them, understanding if they still are going to integrate grains. I tell them how they're supposed to be properly served.
Sure, and I think we'll get into that the next segment, because how to prepare these things. But I do want to remind everybody to pick up my Health Signals newsletter. I sent you a copy of that.
Oh my gosh, and I want to. Definitely, if you're not subscribing to your magazine or to his newsletter, you really should. It's, a wealth of information that most of us pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to have access to. A lot of this information is well done.
Yeah, and I always give you more than you're paying for, folks. So it's value for value on that.
Under promise and over deliver.
Yeah, and my number here is 877-927-6638, so you can still give us a call. We'll be back in a few minutes. Stick around.
Would you like a personal update from Tom O'Brien as to what equities he's trading and what his daily trading plan is before the market opens each morning? Every market day, Tom O'Brien sends out his daily newsletter, Market Insights, to hundreds of subscribers that rely on his daily recommendations when it comes to navigating these highly volatile markets we're dealing with. As recently as May 21st, Market Insights subscribers closed out all 5 open positions for a combined profit of over 68% in one day. Profits ranged from 6.5% to over 24%, and all of these trades had been initiated within the previous 30 days. Now is the perfect time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's explosive trading newsletter, Market Insights, an $85 value. Tom breaks down the market each morning with his market take and provides trade recommendations, including precise stops and target profit zones, leaving nothing left to guessing. Log on to TFNN.com today and sign up for your 2-week free trial. Make sure you're a subscriber the next time Market Insights subscribers close out multiple winning trades. Take action and sign up for your free trial today. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back to the show, folks. It's Nico on Living a Primal Lifestyle with my special guest, Paige Clarke. And we've been talking about a lot of things, but on the chat room, we've been talking about, let's see, we're talking about, is the caveman diet and the primal diet similar? Yeah, it's called the paleo diet. It's called the Stone Age diet. But don't get so locked into titles, because you kind of have to make this your own. And one primal example, I have a cousin of my wife's that's into bodybuilding. He wants to get real big, and he was telling me, oh, this is what I've been doing. And yeah, I said, it's all good. I said, but you need to add some carbohydrates into it. And after you work out, if you only want to build muscles, you need those carbohydrates to go back into your muscles. So I recommended him get some white rice, not whole grain rice, but just the starch itself, and that'll give you a nice boost. If you want to do any juicing, that's the time to do it, right after a workout. Yeah. So, you know, you have to make it your own depending on your lifestyle, depending on what you like too.
Right, absolutely.
You know, I was telling Paige earlier that I love nuts, and when I went on this Primal thing, I said, oh, now I can eat all the nuts and things I want.
And that's what we were just talking about. Yeah. You know, as a holistic practitioner, I'm working with people who are a lot of times for spiritual reasons they're vegan, and then I have people in the primal, so I've got both, you know, sure, extremes. And the key is knowing how to properly prepare the foods. You and I both shared that we, you know, as a general rule, we love the Weston Price Foundation.
That's where I started my research, folks. Mm-hmm. You know, I read that Mark Sisson book that my sister gave me, and then I went to the Weston Price site and started doing research.
Because we'll have to talk about him.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy, because, yeah, that is a whole show for himself. But that's where he's a great resource if you want to find out about foods. That's definitely the thing.
That's the Weston, STONA price.org, I think it is.
I think it is too.
Yeah.
But
you can Google it.
Yeah, Google it, and Google is our friend.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Well, we were talking about, for example, a lot of people on the primal diet, enjoying using nuts as a healthy fat, healthy protein fat. However, what we want you to be aware is that there is a proper way to eat a nut, because a nut is in effect a seed.
Right.
A seed, a grain is a seed, So what we want you to be aware is that what our ancestors, and Weston Price organization does a lot of explaining, our ancestors knew how to properly prepare grains and nuts, and that requires sprouting. Thanks, Joe D. I think it was Joe that shared that with us, sprouting grains and nuts, or soaking them.
And what this does, folks, it takes out those proteins that are hard for us to digest.
The enzyme inhibitors, because the nuts and seeds are coated with an enzyme that says, hey, you're a nut, but don't turn into a tree or a plant yet. You're hibernating. Think about a nut or a seed. It sits there, it doesn't turn into a tree.
Yeah, and that's what grass seeds do, too, which are all our grains.
Right, but as soon as we soak them, it removes.
It releases
and there's certain things that are really make great soaking mediums, a little Celtic salt, a little bit of whey protein, to actually soak them overnight.
Yeah, and sometimes even longer, depending, especially beans. I think beans should be soaked like 48 hours myself. But I don't eat beans because they're really a starch that I don't want to add those extra calories in.
Yeah.
But if you're going to eat that and use the rice and beans, perfect sort of protein.
Soak your beans.
You soak your beans, soak your rice, everything.
Exactly.
Very, very important. Okay, so we were talking about the preparation of food and how you instruct your people on how to get healthy. So where did we leave off there?
Well, I mentioned to you that I work with some software that helps me create helping them to develop a diet that's personalized. We may take information from the survey of their symptoms.
Yes.
Also, what they may tell us that medical doctors have diagnosed them. I don't really like to focus a lot in my office on diagnosis. If they say they have a thyroid disease, I say, oh, then you require thyroid support. I want them to get into the mindset that a dis-ease is exactly that. Your body is not at ease. So we want to try and energetically help the body get into ease again.
Now, I do want to mention that Paige's website isn't up yet, but we, in fact, I think right now he's probably showing her sign, which is a beautiful sign that you got. But in a future episode, when you're on again, we're going to have your website all up and running. So
exactly.
You've been in business, what, 2-3 weeks?
Exactly. And I just have had a little bit of struggle on making some final decisions. I've been kind of thrown into the what I'm doing with the office and the clients coming in,
but that's an exciting time.
It is. It is.
When I remember, and somebody's asking Paige who? It's Paige Clarke.
Paige Clarke.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'll be posting on my Twitter account and on my Facebook the whole segment here, so you can get that information too.
My website will be Ascentia Holistics, like the name, .com, and I hope to have that up in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it won't be long.
Make some decisions. I got to. I'd rather see clients than work on that. It's kind of just like a focus thing, but it needs to be done.
Yeah, and it's just getting easier and easier because I did my livingaprimalLifestyle.com myself, and it isn't that hard, but you do have to spend time doing it. I mean, everything takes time. Writing this darn book, you sit down for 2 hours and you've got 4 sentences written.
Exactly.
And then you have to edit it. It takes another couple hours, so that's the way those things work. But so we're talking about having your clients come in and how the common things always seem to be very similar.
Issues of that, it really is. It's and really what it comes down to, I can't sleep. My hormones feel out of whack. I'm exhausted. I'm fatigued. I have body aches. I just try and say, there are things you can do.
Isn't this all immune system based?
It's usually very heavily immune system because I believe that our immune system is the supreme healer responsible for everything. No doctor heals you, no practitioner heals you, no trainer heals you. You heal yourself by strengthening your immune system and giving your body the information in the form of frequency and information, which can be foods.
Consistency.
Yeah, consistency can be foods, can be herbs, can be a lot of cool stuff I do, sound.
Oh, that is very cool.
Yes, can be aromatherapy.
I mean, and finally rock and roll is coming into therapy here?
You know what? That's your choice. I mean, that's something we'll have to probably, I don't know, we'll see how we talk. I'll talk to you a little bit about one of the evaluative systems that I use.
Well, see, I got a lot of therapy in the 60s.
Based on sound healing.
With the rock and roll, with the Beatles and Led Zeppelin. I mean, that was my therapy.
Yeah.
So.
Well, what we do is we can pick up, we do a voice print, and we use that as part of our moving down the funnel, you know, achieving ideal health. It's like moving through a funnel.
Oh, that's a nice feeling too. There's a feeling to that word when you I can picture the funnel and you're being drawn in there.
And you know, you'll come in and you'll do a very short little discussion into the microphone, and I'll look at the information and I'll be able to tell on the musical scale certain notes that you have excesses in and certain notes that your voice can tell you what your body needs, and certain notes that you are deficient in. And we see a correlation that there's ways we can take that information and suggest music and sounds that you listen to, and then we translate that into frequencies that are in that range that go into the light spectrum, color, and people love it. People love it.
That's pretty cool.
So, you know, there's an option to work on your sound therapy at home by a DVD that we can give you, and people are loving it. It's giving them, and they're involved in their own program. You know, it's kind of like what we were saying, Nico. You know, a lot of people, Dr. Oz has been wonderful for natural health in some ways, and you know, he's riding a fine line because he is.
Because his sponsors.
His sponsors are only going to let him tell so much. But I try and tell people it's nice that Dr. Oz tells you that this is great, and everyone runs to the store and says, you know, but Dr. Oz says this is great. My question is, it's great, but is it great for you?
Yeah, that's a really good point.
And that's what we're trying to do. We try to get more, that's why, as my business says, it's a natural, personalized, energetic rejuvenation.
And that's so important because in my household, with Ellen, my wife, and I, we're so different. We eat a lot of the same foods, but she's allergic to a lot of foods.
Oh, okay.
Where I'm only really allergic to peanuts.
Oh, okay.
Which are not nuts anyway. There's more of a legume. But she's allergic to a lot of different fats. She has trouble digesting them. She has acid reflux, which we've got under control without medication, finally, after about 2 years of trying.
Which you know what the real cause of acid reflux is.
There's not enough acid.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. And, you know, this is where our society has really gone wrong with our advertising, with our medical and drug companies that are promoting these things and really telling us a lot of information that isn't correct. It feels correct. It isn't correct. And that's why the things that you're doing, Paige, are so valuable, because now you're adding that other voice.
Oh, you should see some people's faces when they say I've got acid reflux and I take Pepsid and I feel like that's just a horrible drug. I mean, and people say, I say, how long have you been on it? And they go, oh, 10 years. And I'm like, it was only ever meant to be a short-term, but doctors only have 8 to 13 minutes to see you for their Medicare and their insurance billing, so they don't have time to explain to you. They just want you to feel okay so that you consider it a success. But when I go, I like to draw the pictures, you know, I'm like, when you really understand that what that is your food fermenting, rotting, and that's what you're actually having. It's not that you have too much acid. You don't have enough to properly break down your food. And then they're like, and you know, there's always that, I don't know, then they go away and they go check it out.
And your protein, your fats really get digested first in your system. Am I correct in this?
Yeah, well, actually, a fruit can actually, some fruits can break down, but the carbs take longer because of the fibrous, but some of the fruits will actually digest, depending on the high water content.
But not if you're eating them in combination.
No, the combination is very critical.
Right, if you're eating just a fruit, boy, it breaks down very quickly. And that's why after a workout, they're great. But if you're eating a steak and then eat an apple, then that apple kind of sits there until the protein is all digested, and then it starts fermenting and rotting.
And you know what, you do what you can. When I have people who are making a move from processed foods, and then they say, hey, I really like having my salad with my apple on it, with my diced chicken.
Little bit probably.
Yeah. I mean, yes, they're combining all of their foods, but let's look where they came from. They were eating stuff out of a box or a can or a package.
Yeah.
And so then now they're having their salads. Then I can say, well, if you want to take it an extra step, or we're still having trouble with assimilation, we can talk about proper food combining. There is a method to that madness, and it really helps when we're trying to heal the gut.
Yeah.
But, you're talking about your wife. I mean, that brings me to another one of our systems that we have. We have a system at our office called the Nano SRT, which is a stress reduction technique. That is a
little men marching in.
It's a device where we ask your body. We do 100. I mean, we haven't even talked about it because we've been so busy getting ready for this, but. Definitely want her to come in, and we do a 100-point wellness scan. In fact, if you're in the area, just call the office, and if you want to come in, people that are listening to the show, I'll be glad to do the 100-point wellness scan.
Yeah, what's your phone number again there?
Okay, it's 727-614-9777, and the 100-point wellness scan indicates a lot of areas of where your body's under stress. So, for example, people that have had long-standing food allergies are then using the information and then going under treatment, which usually requires 7 to 10 visits with the Nano, where we reinform. We send the stressors out, and the body's saying, yeah, that really stresses me out. We see it. It helps us look at the layers of where the stress is happening. Then we reinform the body, well, you don't have to be scared of that so much. And what we find is these food allergies, the sensitivities, these seasonal allergies, these fears, phobias, etc., are going away. So we work on the whole body, mind, and spirit. Some of our other systems involve emotional perception reframing, going another level with the voice analysis.
Yeah, another thing I wanted to point out to people, because we were talking about going to the doctor and he spends just a few minutes with you, and
he doesn't have a choice. Yeah.
No, he doesn't have a choice because he has to make the money. There's no doubt about that. But when they visit you, that hour you spend or more with them is an hour with you. Whereas when you go to the doctor and he charges you for that hour, you're going to be sitting in the reception room, you might have his assistant there, and you see him for a few minutes, and you're still, whether it's you or the insurance company getting billed or whatever, the value is with Paige Clarke, not with your mainstream doctor. That's the same thing with me. If you go to the gym and stuff like that, you'll be talking to a bunch of different people, but when you come and see me, I'm going to be spending an hour with you, and you're going to get the value for value.
Absolutely. And, and absolutely, there's a place for everybody. I mean, there's a place for our medical doctors. I mean, if you're, God forbid, break an arm, you want to go see an emergency doctor.
And that's where our medical system is just tops. If you need an operation of some kind, surgery, or if you break something, this is where we have excelled.
And that comes back to where I'm saying I'm teaching people your very best healthcare provider is yourself. You need to learn. You need to get educated. That's why I say I'm a whole health educator. You need to know how to take care of your whole self, body, mind, and spirit. No one else is a better expert than you.
That's for sure.
And your medical doctor can be part of your team, but quite frankly, a lot of people are putting all of their eggs in one basket, and it's a big load for these medical doctors to take on, being as how most of them have had less than 1 college credit hour of nutrition. Granted, there are many that have gone on to seminars and special training.
More all the time now, isn't that right?
And they're starting to go. I see them all the time. I'm in the classes with them. But for the most part, because of the nature of their practice, they just can't get into detail. So I have great success with creating healing teams and working with some other doctors as part of a client's healing team.
So we got one more segment coming up, folks, so stick around. Remember, pick up my Health Signals newsletter, issue 15, 16, just around the corner. Value for value, $10 a month. Cancel at any time. And if you need some back issues, just get me just contact me, Nico at TFNN.com. I'll be back in a couple minutes.
If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kay Stalter, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Carol Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back to the show, folks. Nico on Living a Primal Lifestyle with my guest, Paige Clarke from Ascentia Holistics. Now, I'm looking at your sign. It says health and wellness, elevating health, and it's personalized, it's natural, it's energetic, and then at the bottom there you have rejuvenation. So let's touch on that.
Yes. You know, I like to try and explain to people that really our body was designed to heal and to do all things. And we've become a society that's just replacing. So what you've got, and you and I know this, people are running out because Dr. Oz says take this, and they're just getting all these synthetic supplements. That's another show in itself. Yeah, but because we do all whole food and energetic things. But I really like to try and explain to my clients that I want to help you rejuvenate versus replace. And there's a big difference. Replacing is what I consider to be kind of allopathic symptom addressing versus causal solutions. And I do a special program that I call neuroendocrine and anti-aging regulation. And as we've said today, it's a journey. It's a process. You know, a lot of women will say, "Oh, yeah, I did a colon cleanse once before." You know, we have a little fiber.
Yeah, a little fiber.
No, it's more of a wash and rinse. So I use homeopathy and cleansing and natural herbs and foods to help rejuvenate the hormone building system. And it's very successful. It's trained by a master. And I'm one of a few people across the country authorized to utilize this program with people. So since I believe so much of the issues people are experiencing are related to poor hormone functioning, we try and take it back and say, is the job that we need to just replace them? Like so many of the anti-aging doctors, is they're creating annuities with people by saying, "Oh yeah, you need testosterone and you need estrogen."
Well, the question always comes up with me is, if that hormone isn't working, what's stopping it?
Yeah, and that's what I said. Our whole philosophy is let's dig a little deeper.
Yeah.
Let's peel an onion layer.
Yeah.
Why? I was sharing with you during the break. So much of thyroid hormone issues. You know, everyone gets, you know, supplementing on thyroid, and I have some strong feelings that in cases we need to, because it has been shut down for so long. But people don't understand that 80% of their active thyroid is manufactured in the liver. Well, if the liver's congested, how can you... So everyone's thinking, oh, just provide thyroid medication. What's it doing if the liver's all congested and can't make the conversion?
Right.
We realize a lot of people are what we call poor converters. So we help them energetically with foods and diet and cleansing. You know, when people say, well, what's involved? I'm like, you're going to be cleansing a lot. All of your filtering organs. And we're going to do it, and we're going to make changes.
Well, we got to clean the outside of the body, so we got to clean the inside.
People, you know, they'll do it to their cars. They'll change their oil and get the tune-ups and that kind of thing. It's the same kind of thing. We need to do that.
Yeah.
So when I talk about the hormones and the restoration, the rejuvenation was a kind of important word to me, because we are meant to live a long, healthy, not live a long time on 10 different prescriptions, which is kind of the goal for every man over 50 to be on 10 prescriptions. So as you're going out, they're making lots of money, you know. The idea is to be drug-free, symptom-free, and feeling sexy and healthy and being able to move.
Yeah, I'm all for that. You know, Paige, you know, we're running out of time here. I mean, this is, I've got to have you back.
Awesome.
So we should probably maybe...
I would love to come back.
I know you're going away for a couple of weeks, so maybe 2 or 3 weeks from now.
Perfect.
Or maybe 4 weeks from now. We'll get you back in, and it's been just such a pleasure. I, first of all, enjoyed meeting you a couple of weeks ago, and we made such a great connection. And I just...
and we're in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, I mean, we're living... I mean, we worked just down the street from each other, which is awesome, and we also live a couple of blocks away, so it's very cool.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. And folks, remember to pick up my Health Signals newsletter, and also this show is archived on TFNN.com, on iTunes, and of course on livingaprimallifestyle.com. That's where you can see the video feeds, and I'll be posting them on my site this afternoon and also on my Facebook site. And we're going to see Paige again real soon. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Have a great day, folks.
Yes.